The Pure Land Teachings of Master Shandao. 16. A Complete Discourse. Have you ever wondered, can simply reciting the name of Amitabha Buddha truly lead to rebirth in the Pure Land? Or do doubts linger in your heart? With all my sins, will the Buddha really welcome me? It's a seemingly simple question, yet it causes countless people to hesitate and worry amidst life's uncertainties. Join us on a journey to awaken faith through the Pure Land teachings of Master Shandao, the great patriarch who illuminated the path to peace for millions of ordinary beings. His teachings are like a radiant torch, dispelling doubts and guiding us to the shore of enlightenment. In Chapter 15 of his series on Pure Land teachings, Master Shandao emphasizes the unparalleled power of the practice of reciting Amitabha Buddha's name, affirmed by the Buddhas of the 10 directions. He declares, "Rebirth in the Pure Land is not a fanciful dream or a mere emotional aspiration, but a steadfast truth, guaranteed by the great vow of Amitabha Buddha and validated by countless Buddhas across the 6 directions." Citing the Amitabha Sutra, Master Shandao explains that the Buddhas manifest their broad, long tongues, covering the 3,000 great chiliocosms, proclaiming together ordinary beings who recite Amitabha Buddha's name, whether once, thrice, or for 100 years, if they do so with sincerity, deep faith, and resolute aspiration, will be welcomed to the Pure Land at the moment of death. The 3 essential elements for rebirth are faith in the Buddha's words, aspiration to be born in the Pure Land, and recitation of the Buddha's name. The duration of practice is not a barrier. Whether a lifetime, 7 days, a few hours, or a single recitation at the moment of death, all can lead to the Buddha's guidance if the mind is earnest. Master Shandao stresses, those who recite the Buddha's name need not be anxious or doubtful. By turning the mind toward Amitabha, making a vow, and reciting his name, even for a fleeting moment, one can resonate with the Buddha's compassionate vow. This is an egalitarian, accessible practice that requires neither extraordinary wisdom nor profound merits, only faith and sincerity. 1. Faith, the key to unlocking the Pure Land. In our modern world, we often demand scientific evidence or endorsements from celebrities. Yet, in the practice of Buddha recitation, faith stems not from scholars or intellectuals, but from Amitabha Buddha and the countless Buddhas of the 10 directions. Whom would you trust more, a stranger on the street or an enlightened being perfected over countless eons? When the Buddha declares, ordinary beings burdened with sins, if they recite Amitabha's name, will surely attain rebirth. This is not mere comfort. It is an absolute truth, affirmed by countless Buddhas who manifest their broad tongues, encompassing the great chiliocosms. In a world rife with skepticism, the testimony of fully enlightened beings is a lifeline in the sea of birth and death. Faith in Amitabha's great vow is the unshakable foundation that opens the gate to the Pure Land, even for the frail and sinful. 2. Why do all Buddhas endorse this practice? The practice of Buddha recitation is unique, endorsed by countless Buddhas in unison, a phenomenon unseen in any other tradition. Why? Because it is the most egalitarian and accessible practice, designed for all sentient beings, especially ordinary people unable to undertake complex spiritual disciplines. It requires no deep meditation, no mastery of countless scriptures, no eradication of all afflictions, only faith, aspiration, and recitation. Imagine, if only the wise and virtuous could attain rebirth, what would become of millions of ordinary people like you and me? Amitabha Buddha, with his 48 great vows, particularly the 18th vow, pledged to save all who recite his name, no matter how weak or sinful. This practice is like a vast ship, carrying both the strong and the frail, leaving no one behind. 3. Not the duration, but the quality of the mind. Many mistakenly believe they must recite the Buddha's name for 7 days, 49 days, or a lifetime to qualify for rebirth. Master Shandao clarifies, a single recitation, if sincere and heartfelt, with faith and aspiration, is enough to connect with the Buddha's vow. The duration matters less than the quality of the mind, like a traveler boarding a train. As long as you board the right train at the right time, whether you walk or use a wheelchair, the train will take you to your destination. The practice of Buddha recitation is the same. Recite the name with sincerity and aspiration, and the Buddha will come to guide you. This dispels all worries about whether one's practice is enough. 4. The Buddha comes unbidden. A profound aspect of Master Shandao's teaching is that Amitabha Buddha comes to welcome practitioners without needing an invitation. He is like a mother who senses her child's peril and rushes to save them without waiting for a cry for help. Even if we are weak or unable to call his name, the Buddha still perceives us, still responds, still arrives. This is the boundless compassion that makes the Pure Land practice a refuge for those unable to rely on their own efforts. 5. Real life stories. The power of faith. Mrs. Helen, of Final Recitation. Helen, a 72-year-old retiree from Ohio, spent her life working as a school teacher and raising her family with no knowledge of Buddhism. When diagnosed with terminal cancer, a hospice volunteer introduced her to reciting Namo Amituofo Buddha. Her voice was frail, her recitations halting, but her eyes gradually brightened with hope. 3 days later, Helen passed away while still reciting the Buddha's name, her face serene with a gentle smile, as if untouched by pain. Those present remarked they had never seen such a peaceful passing. A single heartfelt recitation led Helen to a realm of peace, proving that the Pure Land practice requires no great achievements, only earnestness. Mr. Tom, the taxi driver, who recited Tom, a taxi driver in Chicago, had never studied Buddhism. One day, while driving a passenger to a Buddhist temple, he overheard a brief talk on reciting Amitabha's name and began silently reciting Namo Amituofo Buddha daily. Diagnosed with late-stage liver cancer years later, Tom focused solely on recitation, saying, "I'm not afraid. Amitabha's got me." When he passed, his body radiated a calm presence, leaving neighbors in awe. Though he never studied scriptures or took vows, Tom attained rebirth through faith, aspiration, and recitation. Mrs. Clara, the illiterate devotee. Clara, an 85-year-old from rural Georgia, was illiterate and unfamiliar with Buddhist texts. Yet, she faithfully recited Namo Amituofo Buddha daily using a prayer bead gifted by a friend. When she passed away, her face glowed with joy, her lips curved in a faint smile. Her family believed she was guided to the Pure Land. This story prompts us to ask, who is truly wise? The scholar filled with doubts, or the illiterate woman with deep faith and unwavering aspiration? Young Michael, a moment of faith. Michael, a young man in Los Angeles, was critically injured in a car accident. In his final moments, he managed to whisper Amitabha Buddha a few times, taught by a Buddhist friend days earlier. No one knows for certain if he attained rebirth, but Master Shandao teaches that if those recitations came from a sincere heart, the Buddha surely guided him. This story reminds us, a single moment of turning the mind to the Buddha can fling open the gates of the Pure Land. Conclusion: a lesson for all. From Master Shandao's teachings, the Amitabha Sutra, and these real-life stories, a radiant truth emerges. Reciting the Buddha's name is the shortest, most steadfast path to liberation from suffering and eternal peace. Simply trust in Amitabha's great vow. Aspire to be born in the Pure Land and recite his name even once, and you can attain rebirth. Let not doubt rob you of this precious opportunity. Trust in the Buddha's words, for the Buddhas never speak falsely. This practice is not only for the elderly or those nearing death, but for all of us right now. Each recitation is a step closer to the Pure Land. Try reciting Namo Amituofo Buddha every evening with a sincere heart. Who knows? One recitation today may become 100 tomorrow, and at life's final moment, you may behold a golden light with the Buddha and his holy retinue awaiting you. If these insights touch your heart, please click the subscribe button and turn on notifications to join us on this journey to explore the wondrous teachings of the Pure Land. Each video brings you closer to peace and liberation, where fear of death and life's confusion fade away. Let the recitation of the Buddha's name spread, illuminating your life and guiding you step by step to the realm of the Pure Land.